Hello. Logging into Moby Max. So Moby Max is like your workbook. It's your independent work that's angled towards you and what skills you need to freshen up on. So this is the website that we use, mobymax.com. So up here in my address bar, I just typed in mobymax.com. And when I do that, I can go ahead and click on this orange sign in button. As a student, you can see the sign in button comes along. Most of the time, it might pop up as showing something like this, where you have to type in your school name. We type in IForward, and then find. Notice there's no school code, just type in the school name, iForward. Once you click on find, Grantsburg will pop up. So go ahead and click on Grantsburg. Then, as far as your username and your password go, it's the same username and password that you use for all things iForward. So typically it would be the first part of your email address for your username. And I'm going to use just a test student because this is my son Jaden. To log in. And of course, as I log in here, I get a nice warm welcome. Sometimes what will happen is you will see that you are assigned placement tests. So the very first time that you log into MobyMax, you do have 2 placement tests to complete. One is in math and then one is in language. In order to complete both of them, all you simply need to do is click on which one you decide to take first. You will have to take both of them before you can start working on the skills that you need to freshen up on. So it's really important that you do your very best work on your placement tests. But again, if you don't know something, that's okay. Just know that this is a program that's designed to help you. So again, placement tests will be first. But once you have those placement tests finished, all of the work for Moby Max will be found under the books. So I just clicked on the little book icon here. Now for language arts, we have a rotating schedule of what subjects to work in, concentrate in each week. So for instance, the very first 2 weeks, we're only working in paired reading stories. So in order to access that, all you need to do is, again, click on the books and then click on paired reading stories. And again, every week will be a little bit different, but you will only have one subject to work in each week. So just so that you're aware. Paired reading stories is where you get to read a story. And so you can go ahead and read that story. I do believe that it will read it for you if you would like that instead. And you can, adjust this to your liking. But after you're done reading your story, what's going to happen is there will be some questions based on that story that you just read. Okay, so you're going to do your session, you read this story, you answered the questions, and then you're given another story. Well, check the time, guys, because remember, you're only required to do 25 minutes of focused time in reading stories or whatever subject is assigned each week. So Moby Max will just keep taking you through if you want to work on it for, 50 minutes or 100 minutes. It's not going to ever stop you. So do be cognizant of your focus time. Now, in Buzz, you will see that you have to turn in a snip of the work that you do in Moby Max. So I'm going to just log out of this. I'm just going to click my little home button underneath my name. Well, Jaden's name. And so this time, instead of clicking on the books, I'm going to click on the balloons. And this is where I can go and get my snip. You only need one picture to turn in each week in Buzz. So once you click on your balloons, you're going to go down to progress because we're hoping that you're making some great progress. Once you click in progress, you're going to use this little scroll bar to go all the way to the bottom. So all I did was go to the bottom where it says see complete dashboard, where my little mouse is here. Click on it. And here is the screen that you want to take a snip of. Notice I'm already in paired reading stories, but if I wasn't, I might have to go to the more button to find it. So I'm going to just look for it. Well, I'm in it. But let's say I was in language, for instance. If I needed to find paired reading stories, I need to make sure that matches for what I need to turn in for the week. So paired reading stories, here we go. I have spent a total of 1 minute so far. I didn't do any problems, so that's an issue. That's something that Mrs. Conrath would definitely look for on your dashboard. So not only do I want to see time spent, but I do want to see some problems done as well. And then down here, I'll be able to see what story you're working on, if you finished it, what your score was. Here we'll once you finish a story and answer some questions, there will be a graph that shows how you're doing as well. So this is the snip. Now, in order to take a snip of this, I just go down to my search bar and I type in snipping tool, but you can see mine is open down here. So I'm going to just click it open and I'll go to new snip. It's going to darken my screen and then I'll be able to take a snip of it. And hopefully you can see this right here. This is what I need to turn in to Mrs. Conrath at the end of the week or to your language arts teacher, whoever that might be. If you want to write on it, you certainly can because snipping tool is awesome in that it allows you to highlight your subject. It allows you to highlight the time you spent. And the goal, everyone, is to work independently so that we can fill in any learning gaps that you might have. And we all have learning gaps, that's for certain. I know I don't always pay 100% attention and get everything in my brain all at once. So this is what I would then open up Buzz and I would just paste my picture right in. If you want to save your snip, there's definitely a way to save it to your computer. But I find if I take my snip, I highlight it, I go directly to Buzz, open the Dropbox and put my cursor in the Dropbox, hit paste, it automatically pops up and I don't have to worry about saving. So let me or your language arts teacher know if you have any questions. Otherwise, have fun working in Moby Max here.